Welcome to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I'm, of course, Dr. Cush, along with my barback Kyle. I'm not a real doctor, but I did spend almost 2 decades running some of LA's best bars. After years of teaching classes and training bartenders, I want to demystify the cocktail world for you. Let's try a few new things as I open up my bar to everybody. Belly up, chat, and let's have a drink. All right, everybody, welcome to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I'm Dr. Cush. We have a lot to get done today, so we're going to talk a little fast. We have some business to wrap up. We have new business, and then we have some final business before we do the State of the Bar address, which is coming on Saturday. So, let's get to it. Tonight, we're going to be finishing off a little bit of our Allspice Dram that we made, Bon Bon's recipe that she has donated, I assume, to the cause. That's a lovely donation she has given amongst all the other donations that Bon Bon has done. Bon Bon single-handedly keeping this bar alive. All of you are doing well too. She has donated this to this recipe, so we're going to finish it off, see what we think of it, and then we're going to make a drink with our Allspice Dram. We're going to be making a fabulous Tiki cocktail that I would start to put into the Christmas pantheon of Tiki drinks. We're matching. We're just going to mate it. Just take it out, mate it, throw it away. We're going to be making the Ancient Mariner. Jeff Beachbum berry cocktail, fabulous, delicious, yum yum, delicioso, rub my belly, etc., etc., etc. That's what we got today. So let's get into it. Let me say hello to the people. Hello to Amy Beer. Hello, period. When I was wooing my wife, I will tell you, I texted her. The first thing I think I ever texted her was, Merry Christmas, period. Very romantic. I'm quite the writer. I think she'll either confirm or deny that that's what happened. Maybe it wasn't the first thing I texted, but I did say, Merry Christmas, period. And I said, you want to go to this weird circus? Whirlwind. My middle name is Casanova, so that's pretty nice. Here is our good friend, Moose. Greetings to you, my friend. And as always, what are you doing up? Here is Shawnee Panabaker. Good evening. This is his 4th live of the night. Oh, my goodness. Shawnee Panabaker, you don't have gifts to wrap or something? My goodness. Good for you, buddy. Well, I don't know how long this one's going to be. Hopefully, Shawnee Panabaker, I do not disappoint. We're going for top 3 of the 4 that you have watched. I just want to beat out one of those lives. That's all I want. Bootopia was here, but is not here as far as I can see right now. Maybe he's back. I don't know. Let's see. Kyle Tender is here. Let's give him a... We made it all the way to Thursday. Roger G, the king of the YouTube comments. Thank you, Roger G, for keeping the channel alive as well. Doing all the right stuff. Let's see. Cocktail Lulu is here. It is Thirsty Tiki Thursday. This is a Tiki drink, obviously. It's a Tiki drink. There is no way that Jeffrey the Beach Bum Berry makes a cocktail that isn't a Tiki drink. That's even if he decided he was just going to make a regular old Manhattan, I'm positive that would be a Tiki Manhattan. This is a Jeffrey the Beach Bum Berry cocktail, and thus we're going to get into it. Stephanie and Michael Husband are here, winners of the 2024 Cush Tucky Derby. Good to see you guys. Here is Richie the Whiff. Rich, it was between having everything on the bar or having whipping cubes. I got a lot of stuff on the bar, unfortunately, but we will be shaking. Don't worry about it. Oh, Bootopia is here. Good evening to you, my friend. Good evening. He was here first. Unfortunately, I did not see that. I don't see that comment in my comment thread. But I know he was here. Trust me. We're giving you the credit. Susan Lang is here. Cheers to all the Cushies. Absolutely. Wow.
Wow.
And aloha to you. Oh, you know what I have? I have aloha too. 1 second. Give me a second. Where is it? In songs. And then I got to go to here. So that's a wow aloha. Cheers to you, Polly Bell Amaro. Stephanie Husband. Hoping she doesn't miss anybody. You haven't yet, but hopefully more people will join as we go. Dr. Taco is here. The Ancient Mariner, a fixed Navy grog. That is the theory on it. It does seem to have a lot of Navy grog-esque things. We all know the Navy grog, 1-1-1, 3/4, 3/4, 3/4. 1-1-1 are 3 different types of rum. 3/4 is grapefruit, lime, and honey. We're kicking out one of those rums. Get it out of here. We're switching the honey for what? Allspice Dram. That's the theme of the night that we're going to. So good to see you, Dr. Taco. As always, yeah, it's basically a Navy grog with allspice, minus 1 rum. But you can also throw in that extra rum. I'm not here to tell you what not to do. It's Christmas time. It's the holidays. It's we're almost at the new year. I have almost filled up my 2024 folder of all the shows we've done. My goodness, we're in a state. Okay, let's get into it. We have some business to finish off first. We on Saturday we started making Allspice Dram, and unfortunately that takes 5 days to make. And I've been told it takes exactly 5 days to make. So we are almost at exactly 5 days. We're at like 4 days, 23 hours, 57 minutes. So we got to get to it. Otherwise, we're going to overspice our Allspice Dram. If you guys remember, last week, we made this guy. Now, this has all kinds of fun stuff. There's cinnamon, there's allspice, there's pepper. There's all kinds of good stuff in here. We made it, we put it together, and this is 151 proof Gosling's 151 rum. There are, of course, lots of other 151 rums you can use for this. I've heard people say that's a great one to use is Ray and Nephew. I've heard people say that it's really good to use the OFTD, the old-fashioned, dang it, what do they call it? I know what it really stands for, but old-fashioned traditional dark. So that's pretty good. The Hamilton 151. Even people have said, obviously, you can use a little bit of the heartburn. What do we call that one? Can't think of it. Lemon heart. Got a lot on my mind. What we got to do right now, though, is we got to get all of these floaters out of here. We do have floaters in here, absolutely. Oh, dang, I pushed the wrong button. It would have been so much funnier if I'd gotten it right on the one. We have some floaters going on in here.
It's a floater.
We have some floaters. We got to get those floaters out. We're going to do a double strain. So we're going to strain first. Let's do it on this one. We're going to strain first through this very crusty, used a couple times, but that just adds a little bit of flavor. We're going to be putting this through a cheesecloth to get all the big parts out. So let's go ahead and pour this guy out. Silence as we pour, please. Shish. Oh, how close are we? Oh my gosh, we're so close. Ugh. Can we make it all the way to the top? I think we can. Yeah. Wow. This is not exactly what this measuring cup was used for. You really should have stopped at the 500 milliliter mark, but we living dangerously, my friends, living dangerously. Turn this. Ooh, look how close that came. Pour this out. We love a double strain. Who doesn't love a double strain? We are a double strain family over here, so we're going to double strain this. This is my reusable, this is my reusable coffee filter. I do not use this for coffee. How come? Don't drink coffee. Can't drink coffee. I have a nervous stomach. I'm what's called slightly neurotic. So a coffee does bad things for me. It makes me overly focused. And then we could be in some trouble. We're going to go ahead and pour this through a double strain. Just to get everything out of it. We don't want any little floaters.
It's a floater.
We don't want a floater, though. Even though it is a floater, we don't want a floater. Within the double strain, we found almost no extra little bits. But some, certainly some, so that's good. Really not enough. Let me say from now on, don't worry real quick about the double strain on this. I guess that's not really part of it. All right, put this away. Kyle, I'm not going to be at the bar for a little bit. Will you please remember that I'm putting these things in here because we don't want tiki ants. We don't want tiki ants. All right, how much do we have in here? This is important for us to know right now. We have to look and see how much we have. So we have about 650 milliliters, which means that we lost almost 100 milliliters in the transfer. Do you think we can? Yeah, I mean, honestly, these are just really moist at this point. Oh, these are just really moist. They have a lot of liquid into them. I suppose we could go in and really like squeeze them out, but that's not the idea. Oh shoot, we need this one back. So this is what we have to do. Oh, This is what we have to do. Now we have to find out exactly how much of the liquid we have, and we are going to be adding double the amount of simple syrup. So, because we are an upcycle bar as well, double strain and upcycle, we're just naming things that we do at this bar. We're gonna find an old bottle. What bottle is this? This is an old bottle of E&J Blue. There's nothing in here anymore. We're doing great. We have 650 milliliters in our stuff. So we're gonna rip the top off of this guy. These little tops are very stupid. Get out of there. I'm gonna slowly rip the top off. Let me say hello to anybody that's watching over on Instagram. If you're watching over on Instagram, we are live. I know that people like jump into Instagram and they think we're not live, like maybe I'm showing old videos or something. That's not the case. We are live. So if you're watching over on Instagram, stop it. Come over to YouTube. That's what we want. All right. So let's just make sure we got it. 600 and it's like 675, which just makes the math a little harder. So let's go ahead and pour this in here. Oh, there's no angle to get that. A little too high. So we're just going to pour this in here. And somebody please remind me the number 675. Because then we're going to have to do some quick math. I could be doing it now, but then I wouldn't be concentrating on pouring. Pour, 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 pour. We're done. That's what we got. This right here, although looking like brandy, tis not brandy. Tis not brandy. All right, 675. So 6 times 2 is 12. 75 is 150. So 1,350 milliliters is what we're looking for. So is there a 1,650? No, but there is 1,000. So we're going to start over here with 1,000. We're going to grab this. This, although it may also look like E&J's simpler brother, is actually another upcycled bottle that is Demerara simple syrup. Okay? Demerara simple syrup. That's why it's so dark. This isn't brandy mixed with anything. It's Demerara simple syrup. We need 1,350 milliliters of that. So let's start with 1,000. And we'll start to do our take out ofs. So let's get up to 1,000. Oh, let's turn it this way. We're going to go to... Oh, good. The camera's flashing. That's great. What a way the end of the year. Have a camera die on you. Right up to 1,000. Bloop. Pretty good. Calm you down. We'll add this first in here. Hopefully we definitely have enough space for this. Otherwise, we could be in some sort of trouble. I don't think we're going to have enough space. This might not be exactly the proportions we need. We're going to have to find bigger bottles. Okay, we need another 350 milliliters. So off you go. Find 350 milliliters. $350 milliliters right there. Excellent. Oh, I'm going to want this cap. I want to match my caps if I can. Kyle's already saying I'm not going to make it. Kyle is probably right, but Kyle, shut up. I think we can get right there. Oh, we're not going to make it. All right. Well, we're a little undersweet. That's a significant bummer. Maybe we'll give it a little shake, pour some out, and then have a little bit more here in a sec. More upcycled bottles. I didn't bring a siphon, or what do you call those things? The V's? I didn't bring one. Pour this in here. That'll just be a little less sweet version of it. And then we'll pour this in here. Got to do this and change cameras and tell the whole story of the whole thing. There we go. All right. All right. That's fine. So this right here is our good friend, not VSOP. No, it is not. This is our Allspice Dram. That's what we got here. This is a baby version of Allspice Dram. And we'll use that for the drink tonight. That's it. That's what we got. Let's taste it. Shall we taste it? I think we should taste it. We were going to do a battle box, but then we decided not to. Is this not on? Did this one die? Excellent. Oh, this one died. Oh, great. They're dead. We're winding down, guys. Go ahead and pour just a little bit of this Allspice Dram in here. Smells like Allspice Dram. Smells like rum as well. Smells like big rum. Certainly smells like Christmas. I'm smelling the pepper. Mmm. That's delicious. Ooh. I'm just going to taste a little bit of the real Allspice Dram. See what we're getting. This is spicy. This is like, not like, you know, obviously there's spices in it, so that would make it thus spicy. But it has like, it's like a red hot. Let's just taste a little bit of this too, just to see. Oh, right in here. This one seems much thinner than the one we have right now. Okay, I'm not smelling the spiciness. I'm not smelling like the heat on this one. I like the new one. This is good. I forgot about this one. This one's good. It's plain. There's nowhere near as much flavor in the St. Elizabeth's Allspice as this one. So I think that's good. I think we've done it. Congratulations. Congratulations to us. We now have 2 lifetimes worth. I would say that this is probably about 2 or 3 lifetimes worth of some Allspice Dram, especially since this has more flavor than the St. Elizabeth's one. This certainly, we can probably use less of this, and it definitely brings a do I have a fun let me see if I have a, it brings like a
How about pretty please?
Oh please, oh please, oh please.
Anyway, okay. That is how you make Allspice Dram. It took us 5 days to make it. I was coming in to the bar every day, driving over here to the bar every day to give it a big old shake. And then we're good. Cocktail Lulu is looking to buy a bottle off of me. I have plenty of bottles. You want to, I have like empty bottles of 151, Caruba. I got some Plantation. Any bottle you want. You are more than welcome to buy them. Otherwise, you can just buy them at the store, and they come with booze in them sometimes, and that's always fun. For those of you who don't know what I did in college, I was a comparative literature and theater major. I was a double major in comparative literature and theater. My main focus in comparative literature was American paranoia. I honestly doing great right now. Really able to talk to a lot of things going on right now, the culture, the economy of fear, etc. But also I was Spanish theater. But in that, you know, I compared like Philip K. Dick to Lorca, and then people say like, hey, how come you don't have a job? How come you're like a bartender? That's exactly why, because I know exactly the difference, you know, what the 3 laws of robotics have to do with the 3 sisters. Don't worry about it. Okay, anyway. We are going to be now making a great cocktail that is named after one of my very favorite poems. It's called The Rime of the Ancient Mariner by a guy named Stephen Coleridge. 1780 something. He wrote this thing, and it's one of those great books. If anybody's ever read The Heart of Darkness, you know that caged within the Heart of Darkness, there is a very famous line in the middle of The Heart of Darkness where try to be civil, Marlowe. Is this clicking with anybody? Basically, what it is The Heart of Darkness is told on a boat while they're going on a boat, on like a swift boat, basically. This guy is recounting his tale of finding the Heart of Darkness, finding Brando, finding Marlon Brando's character, more or less. And then in the middle of it, it's interrupted by the guy saying, try to be civil, Marlowe, because it snaps you out of the story. You're like, oh, I forgot that this wasn't a real story going on. This was a story that's being told. Same thing with this amazing book, or this amazing something thousands of lines poem called The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Basically, the idea of The Rime of the Ancient Mariner, we're at a wedding, as all great weddings, things start. You're at a wedding. And this wedding guest is accosted basically by this man, big long beard, scary old beard, and he's like, "Hey, you sitting at my table? I'm gonna tell you a story." And the guy said, "I don't really want to hear this story." He says, "No, you gotta hear me story." And the guy's like, "All right, fine." I guess I remember there's something about like the light in his eyes like turned him on to this story, and he tells the story. And it's the mariner, the unnamed mariner. And the unnamed mariner was on a boat with all of his buddies, all of his pirate friends, and they ran aground. They hit the shore, and it was all bad. But lo and behold, what happened? An albatross came by. Not 3 under par, but a bird, a big old bird comes through, and he leads them out. And they start to get to where they're going. Good news, bad news. The crew falls in love with this bird, and then the mariner, the guy telling the story, kills the bird, just murders the bird. And this is where we get the term an albatross around your neck, because in some sort of crazy irony, the sailors make this old man that's telling this story to this unwilling listener, they make him wear the albatross around his neck. Okay, great. Turns out that they're very mad at him at first. They get out to a beautiful open sea, but then, it all goes bad. They run into death. Okay, now death is a main character in a lot of stories. They run into death, but they also run into life in death, which is this woman, this beautiful woman, flowing long hair, and they're playing cards, or they're playing some gambling game, whether it's dice or cards, whatever they're doing, and they are playing for these sailors' lives. Turns out all the sailors that hated the ancient mariner, they go with death. But this poor mariner, the woman wins him. And now he has life in death. All the sailors die, he stays alive. He's the only survivor. This is where we start to talk about things like survivor syndrome, or survivor guilt, the guilt of survivorship. He lands in the water, the famous words, water, water everywhere, nor any drop to drink. Basically, he's surrounded by water, but he can't drink any of it because it's seawater. Bad news. Anyway, he finally makes it to land, and he finds another hermit, or he finds a hermit. I guess the character is a hermit. The hermit, he tells the story about the hermit. The hermit's not pleased, doesn't like this. And it turns out now that he has to travel the world, stopping wedding guests and telling this story. And that's it. That's where we find the Ancient Mariner. That's the Rime of the Ancient Mariner. The Rime of the Ancient Mariner, basically as fast as I could tell it. If you just read it straight through, I think it's like an hour and a half long read, because there's big words in there. You gotta look up big words. Jeffrey the Beach Bum Berry thought that this sounded like a great thing to make a drink out of, sort of like the Tiki Boys found out about Dr. Bernhard Funk. They're like, we got to make a Dr. Funk. That's what a great name. So anyway, they make this. Beach Bum Berry makes this great drink. He takes a navy grog, and he adds a little bit more danger to it. This navy grog is going to be a little death. This navy grog is going to meet a little peril. This navy grog might have to tie a whole big-ass bird around his neck because of all the mistakes that he has made. And that's what we're going to make. So we're going to make the cocktail called the Ancient Mariner. Based off of a Samuel Coleridge poem. We're going to start over here with an empty glass and Oh, crappy camera. Kramer, do your thing. Now. It'll never do it when I do it. I'm just waiting to see how he compares this to A Scanner Darkly or Man in the High Castle. Two of my very favorite books. Scanner Darkly was spectacular as a book. Man in the High Castle. If you have it, we're not going to. Should we turn this into book time? I don't think so, because that's the other thing I know a lot about, and maybe we should maybe start a new channel, Book Time with old Dr. Cush. Okay, right here we're starting with an empty thing. We are going to be making more or less, as our good friend Dr. Taco, coming out of Indiana from the Makahiki. Is he from the Makahiki? Dr. Taco, please remind me what bar you were from. Dr. Taco, a well-renowned guy, in our chat said, this is more or less a play on a cocktail called the Navy Grog, which is a play, of course, on grog, which is more or less a daiquiri. The Inferno Room. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Kyle Tender. The Inferno Room. He's from the Inferno Room. Inferno Room. Makahiki is our yearly party. Sorry, Dr. Taco. We're going to get there one day. My dad lives in Indiana, so now I have to go to the Inferno Room soon. What did I say? Start with this. Okay, let's get into it. We're going to be doing two different types of rum. The two different types of rum are fairly specific in this because there are three types of rum that go into the original cocktail, the Navy Grog. But we need something bigger since we're only doing two, so we're doing bigger rums. And there is hardly a larger rum, a rum that looms larger in cocktails than this guy right here. This is Blackstrap. Now, there are other Blackstraps in the world, but this is Cruzan's Blackstrap, and it is thick. That'll drop the albatross right off of your neck. This is referring to, of course, Blackstrap molasses. This is going to be a very. I always think it smells like maple, but other people will tell me that I'm an idiot, and I'm used to that. I'm on the internet. I'm saying facts on the internet. I'm willing to be heard. I'm willing to be told I'm an idiot. It also smells a lot like molasses. We only need 1 ounce of this. We're not doing this in the right order, so please do as I say, not as I do. We're gonna go ahead and put in 1 ounce of some big old fat Blackstrap rum. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What a day we're having. Blackstrap rum. My good friend Rob, who owns a place called the Strongwater Cafe. If you want to go over and follow him. Strongwater Cafe, definitely not. I believe it's just called Strongwater. It is a tiki bar out in Anaheim. A really good guy. On Instagram, his name is Blackstrap Rum. That's not true. His name is Blackstrap Rob. And it's, of course, named after Blackstrap Rum. I don't know if it's the Cruzan version or what, but either way. Next thing we need to find another specific rum, my friends, and this is it. This right here is Stop it. This right here is our Blackstrap rum. We're just gonna ignore it. This is our Blackstrap. Or sorry, this is our. Not our Blackstrap rum. This is our Demerara rum. Now, this isn't 100% Demerara rum, even though right here on the thing it says 100. That's the proof. 50% alcohol. But this is 80% Guyanese rum, which is, for all intents and purposes, is the Demerara rum. Guyana, the Demerara River, where in Guyana, where they make this a rum. Technically, it is that. But this is also what's the other one? Did I say 80%? 20% Martinique rum. It's got that funk, funk, funk. It's got that funk, funk, funk. We need 1 full ounce, my friends, of some Demerara rum. I was looking down, but I did see it glitch a little bit. I don't know what's going on with this camera, but we're going to need to fix something. All right. We got our split base in here. That's great. If you want to make this a little bit more like the Navy Grog, I would suggest just make a Navy Grog. If you want to make it a little bit more like it, just make a Navy Grog. But if you want to make this one a little bit stronger, find yourself a nice light Puerto Rican rum, which does show its face. It's filthy, plain vodka face inside of the Navy Grog. Okay, let's get into the rest of this. we're going to reach for our lime juice. What kind of lime juice? Pseudo lime juice. I have not watched the new Kevin Coase video. I'm very excited because Kevin Coase has come out, and this is breaking news. Do I have a breaking news thing?
When did you discover that you were so beautiful?
Breaking news. Kevin Coase has decided that super juice wasn't any good. Pseudo juice is pretty good, but Kevin Coase got a new thing. And we're Kevin Coase heads over here. We will co-sign on anything that guy says. Is that okay? We need 3/4 of an ounce of some lime juice. This is pseudo juice, signified by the I in here. 3/4 of an ounce of some lime juice. I've been using lime juice now for about a month. I've left it out on the bar forever. Never refrigerated it at all. And it's still delicious. So, Kevin Coase better come with something hard, because not having to cram my teeny tiny refrigerator back here, not having to cram that with big old things of juice really makes this bartending at home thing, bartending for no one thing, a much, much easier situation. Oh, it smells like pancakes. Next thing we need, this is also a feature in our old friend, the Navy Grog. This is grapefruit juice. This is real grapefruit juice. I had an event recently. I put it into this. So we're going to go ahead and put in 1/2 ounce of some grapefruit juice. The recipe calls for white grapefruit juice. That seems to be, in my estimation, the Tiki version of grapefruit juice. So if you're ever talking about grapefruit juice, oftentimes in Tiki drinks, you're talking about things like white grapefruit juice, because white grapefruit juice was in Dawn's mix. That's 2 parts grapefruit juice, 1 part cinnamon syrup. That seemed to be Dawn just by mentioning white grapefruit juice. That now seems to be the Tiki flavor of grapefruit. If you want to use pink grapefruit juice, I'm not your father. I'm not your mother. I have no parentage. I have almost no connection to you. You do you. All right. This is where we start to separate off. In the Navy Grog, we'd use honey. In this one, we're going to bump this up a touch. Now, the Jeffrey the Beach Bum Berry cocktail calls for sometimes it calls for cinnamon syrup. Sometimes it calls for simple syrup. Sometimes it doesn't call at all. Sometimes it just sort of sits there. It does call for 1/4 ounce of some Allspice Dram, and then it calls for a little bit of help. Usually 1/2 ounce of simple syrup or 1/2 ounce of cinnamon simple syrup. We are going to skip both of those. I think that isn't necessary at all. We're going to combine the two. We have this great Allspice Dram, homemade Allspice Dram. Some people have called it. They've come up to me with tears in their eyes and they said, "Sir, this is Dr. Cush's exotic Allspice Dram," because, of course, Bon Bon named it that. We're going to be putting in 3/4 of an ounce of some Allspice Dram. Normally, that's a lot, but we want to taste it today. It's important that we taste it. Go ahead and put in 3/4 of an ounce of some homemade, takes 5 days, Allspice Dram. We're doing great. Okay. Let's do a little research. Almost all Tiki bars are switched over. Pink is better and wasn't used mostly due to availability back then. I tend to agree that pink grapefruit juice is easier to drink. All the grapefruits that grow in my hometown, the place where I was sired, a little pueblo just east of here called Phoenix, Arizona. Those are all pink grapefruits. It's tougher to find a white grapefruit out there. So if we use fresh grapefruit, we use pink grapefruit. I also think that it is a touch better, but also less expensive, which is annoying. But some purists do stick with it. Yeah, that's sort of what I'm finding. Yes, but it isn't better 9 out of 10 times. Oh, because they think it's better. So I've never made a drink with bottled pink grapefruit juice. I've used fresh pink grapefruit juice, or I buy bottled white. That's how we work. We're having some trouble finding the white grapefruit juice. All right, Jeff did use the white in the Ancient Mare. Well, that's what we're using today. Okay, if I use pink, I recommend scaling back some of the sugar. Also be careful to use bottled because some pinks are not 100% juice. Ah, that's where we get into a problem. If it isn't Dr. Taco MT, Loriander. There we go. Fight. Okay, that's what we got. This stuff smells freaking great. Kyle, do you want to come smell this? Let me know. There we go. Let me just say real quick, the Quee Freak comes in talking about the tail end, and it becomes a whole situation. Let me say hello to my very good friend Quee Freak. Quee Freak, I miss you, buddy. I wish we were seeing more of each other. Let's find a day to hang out. Let's shake this guy. We are going to shake it with a big cube. How come? Because big cubes are all we got. We didn't have enough room on here for our whiffing cubes today. I'm sorry. I saw that Richie the Whiff did show up, but alas, we are in some trouble. We're gonna take our large agitator cube, drop it right in there. Beautiful. And we're gonna give this a fatty shake. Boink. Ooh, pours like coffee. Oh, you can't see that there. Let's give it one more shake. I'm gonna show you let's see if you guys can see the color against my Santa's Pub shirt. This is Santa's Pub. This is a real place in Nashville, Tennessee. It's cold in here apparently. Nashville, Tennessee. It is the reason that I will tell people that I have sang in Nashville. I did sing karaoke at Santa's Pub in Nashville, Tennessee, amongst some of, if not the greatest karaoke singers I've ever been around. It was somewhat embarrassing, but I'm getting better. I'm learning my songs. I'm learning what I need to do. I just sang LA Freeway the other night at a karaoke situation. How long? Oh my God, we're 40 minutes. We have, guys, we got places to go. We're gonna pour this one over some crushed, cubed, pebbled ice. I mean, that's a magic trick. I added that ice an hour before the show. I can't get any more out. Look at this. Ta-da! No more liquid in there, and we got right to the wash line. I don't want to celebrate too much, but I do just want to say...
It's a floater!
Let's do one more of these. Maybe that's not the one. There we go. That's what we got right there. A perfectly poured, excellently executed version of a spectacular new classic cocktail by Jeffrey the Beach Bum Berry. It is called The Ancient Mariner, based on a Samuel Coleridge poem about wearing a bird as a big old clock around your neck and telling horrible stories at weddings. That's basically what the story's about. And then sailing around like a bunch of misfits. That's that. If you want to, oh gosh, it's somebody else's drink, so we're gonna put the stupid garnishes in. Okay, just imagine that this little monkey is mint, and then imagine that this, what we got here, what's this? Oh, trident. Imagine that this trident is a lime. And there we go. This right here, the Ancient Mariner with its garnishes and everything. Cheers to you guys. It's very good. It's very, very good. I could use a touch more sweetness in it. I don't know how much sweetness the Allspice Dram has. It is very Allspice Drammy, So I wouldn't want to bring the Allspice Dram back a little bit. I wouldn't want to add anything else to it because I nailed the wash line. So we're going to call it really delicious. Maybe just a touch more simple syrup and a slightly taller glass. Or, and listen to this, this is where mathematics comes in, a little less ice. I think you'll be good. It's very nice. I'm going to put a touch more simple syrup in it just to see if I can't, you know, 3/4 ounce lime, that's a lot. Half an ounce of grapefruit juice, that's a lot. We're really only dealing with 3/4. Anybody else hear that? My computer just exploded. We're really only doing 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup, so that's much less syrup than anything else. I'm a sweet girly. I love sweet cocktails. We're gonna be putting in another like 1/4 ounce of simple syrup. There we go. I'm a pop girly and a sweets girly. I think what you guys don't know about me, the 3 things I know most about: cocktails, old ass books, dustier the better, and Vonnegut books. I'll tell you anything about a Vonnegut book. And really bubblegum pop music. I love pop music. Oh, that's better. Yeah. So this is what we're gonna do. 1 ounce of some blackstrap rum, 1 ounce of some 100 proof Demerara rum, 3/4 ounce lime, 1/2 ounce grapefruit juice. We want to do 3/4 ounce of our homemade allspice dram, and then 1/4 ounce of a Demerara simple syrup. Bump it up. That's what we want. Dr. Taco, did I say Vonnegut? I did say Vonnegut. I'll bring it over. In the bar, I have a big old poster of Vonnegut. Vonnegut, let me just say, if we can talk about normal stuff right now. Vonnegut is my hero. Kurt Vonnegut. Unfortunately, they do not make a Kurt Vonnegut, like a tiki mug. If they did, that would be on the bar instead. I love humanists. I love people that believe that the human race is, while funny and silly and stupid, genuinely good. And I believe that Vonnegut, in his entire thing, that's what he was talking about. We can talk about Cat's Cradle. We can talk about how the invention of Ice 9 eventually takes us over, but really, in the end, we were building something else. We were building to something else. We can talk about Slaughterhouse 5 and the horrors done upon Dresden, but the beautiful lives that we can lead as long as we remember the good times. Billy Pilgrim has come unstuck in time. Potee wheat, so it goes. So it goes. If I was a tattoo guy, you know that I would have a whole sleeve of just Kilgore Trout novel titles. That would be spectacular. That's what we have for you guys. Kilgore Trout is my hero, yes. Kilgore Trout, of course. Kilgore Trout is Kurt Vonnegut's alter ego, the person that Vonnegut wanted to be, the guy named Kilgore Trout. Spectacular. Oh. Did anybody see Breakfast of Champions with Bruce Willis? I haven't. I don't want to see it. Breakfast of Champions is a perfect novel. The book, absolutely. The Bruce Willis movie was rough. Sounds like there is already a crowd for Dr. Cush's sci-fi discussion videos. Absolutely. Tiki and what do we call it? Tiki-fi. T-I-S-I-F-I. Thai sci-fi. Thai Kai sci-fi. Oh, we're going to figure it out. Yes. Anyway. Yeah, the book. Obviously. I'm not putting you on a blast there, Dr. Taco. I knew you were talking about the book. I think everybody did. 12! I might have you beat. I have, 1 second, Dr. Taco now and I are just having a conversation. I have, you know what? We're not going to talk about it. I have some fun stuff, Dr. Taco. When we meet, I will bring you my Vonnegut's. I'll bring you at least a couple Vonnegut's. That's what I have for you guys tonight. I have talked now for 44 minutes. Oh, wow. Everybody's got to go eat or something. Thank you guys for showing up. Let's hang out again. We have one more show this year, and that is the State of the Bar Address. That is our most important show of the year. This is where we decide what the next year looks like, what we're going to be moving into in this next year, what we want to focus on, how we want to make the channel bigger, whilst also keeping it cozy. That's, I feel like, the ideal way that this show goes. It becomes bigger, but stays as cozy as it is. So if you guys have any thoughts, any ideas on how exactly we keep Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks feeling like a neighborhood bar, but also, you know, turning a profit at some, I mean, I'm not saying next year we're going to turn a profit, but at some point, if we could make this like, not just a drain, like a money drain, if you guys have any ideas, that Saturday is the time to do it. And I'll remind you, since we went for 45 minutes, I'll remind you that these classes will always remain free, but if you can help out, there's a couple ways you can do it. I do have a Patreon, I do have a Venmo, I do have a PayPal. I also encourage you to find other people. You know, they don't like drinks, but they love Kurt Vonnegut. Even if they don't like drinks, but they really enjoy the short stories of Dave Eggers and things like McSweeney's, bring them here. I will often reference McSweeney's without anybody knowing what's going on. Oh, did Tammy show up? Where did oh, you yelled Tammy. Tammy's not here. Oh, I need more Tammy, I think. Okay. I was texting Tammy today. We're playing golf soon. Anyway, yeah, I have invite your friends that might like esoteric rants on cocktails. If you have one of those friends and they're not here already, I'm starting to worry that we might have found all of them. Please invite them over. And if you can't do any of that, the best thing you can do is show up. We do classes Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays here. And this Saturday is going to be the show of the year. It is going to be our State of the Bar address. That is what I got. Bring in Dream Team and invite Tammy. Yes, Tammy and I, we're playing golf in the next couple weeks. Tammy is a very good golfer. I'm an okay golfer. And we're going to get everybody back here. Okay. That's what I got for you guys. We went way too long tonight. But as always, thank you so much for showing up. And what do we always say?
How about pretty please?
Oh, please, oh, please, oh, please.
It's important to have manners. Till next time, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye!
Bye.
I know you are, but what am I?
This is the way we talk in Tucson, Arizona.
That's all I am. Just a regular human bartender. Wow. Wow. I started blasting.
I'm in danger.
Yes, all right, woo!
But that's not what we're talking about.
I don't know what to do.
I don't know anything.
Sure, why not? I don't know.
I know. We don't know in this country. We don't know. My father gave me a small loan of $1 million.
Tiki 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 taka 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 tiki tiki nueve raka taka taka.